So let's start. Mönchengladbach 1.8, draw 4.3, Werder Bremen 4.5, Alex.
Yeah, I love. This is why I think I'm very confident this week. I might be well on profit at the end of this week, or at -10. Who knows? Because you never know about this Bundesliga. But most of the bets that I took are not risky at all, because I took a lot of draw no bets. This one, I think that I can stick Gladbach in an Aka bet for a straight win, but for a single bet, the odds are not very tempting. This is why one of my favorite goals teams is Werder Bremen. Also last year, also this year, they are scoring goals. They are a positive team. They are always going to win. This is why they remain. They offer many gaps in their defense. So this is why I'm saying that Gladbach can easily destroy them. So you can play them -1.5 if you want. But I really think that Werder Bremen can find the back of the net. This is why I'm going for the Alex Classic, both teams to score in the over 2.5 goals at 1.8.
1.8 seems a really good price. Radek, we're going to move on. Freiburg 2.87, draw 3.7, and Frankfurt 2.51.
That's one of my favorite bets, because the odds on Freiburg here are very high, and I think Frankfurt will struggle like they always do after the Europa League games, and I think it's not easy to win in Freiburg, because remember some weeks ago Leipzig lost in Freiburg, and Freiburg is playing an amazing season so far, and that's why I like the Asian handicap 0 on Freiburg here, that Frankfurt won't win against Freiburg. And another point is a team who beat Bayern Munich is fed up and satisfied for the rest of the season, and so they will struggle in the next games. We saw that often when Hertha BSC Berlin played good against Bayern, they lost some games afterwards. And we always have this situation in the Bundesliga. And that's why I would here support a bet on Freiburg.
Just Freiburg at 2.87, or are you just going to go with the Asian handicap of draw no bet?
And draw no bet on Freiburg has to be around 1.9, I think.
Okay, that sounds good. Have you got any thoughts on this one, Alex?
Yeah, absolutely. I have also a bet on this one. Yeah, well, I think that Radek is right. Remember what happened with Bayern Munich after destroying Tottenham 7-2. After that, they struggled in the future weeks with small teams, let's say, from their point of view in Bundesliga. They struggled a lot. It might happen the same thing with Eintracht after that heavy defeat, that heavy great win against Bayern Munich. Freiburg, one of the surprise packages of the season in Bundesliga. They are 5th in the standings right now, equal on points with Leipzig, who are 3rd. Only 4 points away from the leaders there. At home, Freiburg are really good. So I'm not touching the winners market just because of that, and also because of the Europa League match. This is why I think Alex Classic here at 1.75, both teams to score and the over 2.5 goals, looks really nice.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I think both of you have got a chance there. Freiburg, decent at home, got great spirit, confidence is high, and Frankfurt, it could go either way for them. They could take their foot off the gas and think they've done it, or it gives them a massive boost in the confidence tank. Let's move on. Cologne 2.66, draw 3.74, and Hoffenheim 2.7. We'll start with you, Radek.
Yeah, I think these odds are senseless. I don't understand why a very weak team like Cologne has better odds than the amazing Hoffenheim in the last 5 games. I think they won all 5 games, and they do a good job, and they are way better than Cologne, and that's why I would do the same in this game. I would bet on Asian handicap Hoffenheim Asian handicap 0 or draw no bet on Hoffenheim. But I even go on the direct win of Hoffenheim in Cologne. But with this odd, I have to go for Hoffenheim, no matter what.
What was a draw no bet? So you've got 2.7 Hoffenheim just to win the game. But what was a draw no bet odds?
1.93.
I don't know.
Alex?
1.93. I'm going for the same bet. I thought the same with Derek, that Radek. I think that these odds are incredibly high for Hoffenheim. Without Kramaric, they destroyed Paderborn in the first half against them 3-0. Easy win there. As expected, it was the banker of last week, Hoffenheim, to win and over 1.5 goals, and it came in. And this time I will take the same thing, Hoffenheim with Trono bet 1.93. But I think that you guys should take at least half unit on that 2.7 on the road against the worst attacking side in the league, with just 9 goals scored in 10 matches for Cologne, against a really great Hoffenheim team in their last matches. Hoffenheim, after a poor start to their season, they are just few points away from top 4, just 1 point away from top 4, and that says everything. Many injured players returned in their team, and that is really a big thing, great news for them. So Hoffenheim draw no bet 1.93, banker of the week.
Yeah, I just can't believe that you're getting a free bet, because the worst case scenario I see this game is being 0-0. So, I mean, it's just unbelievable. You're getting 1.93. I've put 2 stars here. So I'm rowing in with you, gentlemen. I'm definitely rowing in. Alex, Hertha Berlin, 4.6, a draw 4.2. And Leipzig, off the back of smashing 8, at 1.77.
Leipzig, a side who we stayed away for a couple of weeks because they were trashy. They were not flashy, but they were trashy. So right now we are back with RB Leipzig. RB Leipzig, after 3 superb wins across all competitions. German Cup 6-1 against Wolfsburg, 8-0 against Mainz, 2-0 very nice yesterday against Zenit. I had them draw double chance in the 4-team ACA across Champions League and the Europa League for odds market. They were at 1.43 for the draw double chance, so it was great for an ACA bet. Against Hertha, who were very poor in the let's say Berlin derby against Union Berlin on the road. There they lost 1-0, a little bit unlucky in the last minutes of the game, but still a defeat is a defeat against their worst opponents, Union Berlin, who came to beat them in the top flight league. RB Leipzig are on a good track right now, and I'm taking them to win away in Berlin at 1.76.
Okay. Radek, Paderborn 2.6, draw 3.9, and Augsburg 2.62.
Yeah, that's a game of 2 teams who are not really performing well. But on the one hand, they can't do better. We have Paderborn. On the other hand, we have Augsburg, who's a high potential team, at least for around place 10 or something like that. I think Augsburg is weaker in the standings as they have to be. And they had a really tough program and hard games during the last weeks, where they struggled to collect points. They collected points against Wolfsburg and Bayern Munich. Not that bad, but they also had other strong opponents. And in this case, the odds on Augsburg are high enough to go on Asian handicap 0 here as well on Augsburg, or maybe for a win, because I think Augsburg has to win finally a game sometimes, and if they can't win against Paderborn, then then it's getting dark.
And what odds have you got for that? Is it around the 1.9 again?
Yes, always like that, or a little bit smaller. I think for Asian handicap 0 here is 1.8 on Augsburg.
I mean, listen, you've done, unless you get beat in one of them, you could put them three together, them draw no bets, because obviously if you put a parlay on and one of them loses, you're still going to get your double. So for me, I quite like them draw no bets. The only problem is with Augsburg, when are they going to turn up and get the right result? Alex, Wolfsburg 2.97, draw 3.6, and Leverkusen 2.52. Looks like a draw to me. Have you muted yourself?
Yeah, this is why I'm taking again the draw no bet option. This is why I love not to risk at all this round in Bundesliga. And you can take Leverkusen at 1.8 with the draw no bet or a +0 on the Asian handicap. If you find that option, I think that Leverkusen, despite coming after 4 winless matches, they should. This is a time for them to bounce back. Wolfsburg are not performing well either, so one of them will win. But in my case, I think that is Leverkusen. This is why I'm taking them with draw no bet.
Okay, it does look like a draw to me. Listen,
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those games where can you trust them all? But you've got the draw on your side, Alex, so I like that. Give me your banker, please, Radek.
Yeah, I think I'm going with Hoffenheim.
Yeah, I think you've got to, and you've already said that Hoffenheim is your banker as well, Alex.
Yeah, Hoffenheim draw no bet 1.93. Hopefully, not both of us will lose that match, because there will be not 2 units minus, but 4 units minus.
But the big thing is, I look at this, and I'm looking at your card, and I can see exactly how you've read this. I can see every single one of them. I'm like looking, going, oh yeah, I mean, I can't, that's the way you should be playing this game. So sooner or later, you've got 6 games you're involved in here, gentlemen. Let's hope we have 6 correct results.